album concept hour. The album concept hour. It's the album concept hour.
It's the year 3030. And here at the corporate institutional bank of time, we find ourselves reflecting, finding out.
That's the Album Concept Hour podcast. I am your host, Brad LeBaron, and I am joined by my co-hosts. We have Virtual John. What's going on, John?
Oh, Virtual John just chilling here.
Cool.
Ready to do some time travel to the future, bro.
Yeah, the future, the past, the centuries in between. I don't even really know at this point with this one.
Mm-hmm.
We have our other co-host with the Mo-host, Jake the Snake Foster. What's going on, Jake?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the podcast episode. And I think this might be the first time we've had him 2 weeks in a row. Is that correct? We have Trevor Kolden in the seat tonight.
Yeah, you guys are popping my cherry again.
Yeah. This is your first double pop. If we're to be correct. I don't know if that's the technical, the scientific term, but correct us if we're wrong.
If not, I
Say
mean,
it.
if not, it's now patented by the album concept hour.
Yeah. We'll put it on the wiki.
Yeah.
But we have Trevor here today as a guest, and hopefully soon we will get back Virtual Dave. He is experiencing the technical difficulties of the quarantine, but this was his pick.
Some crappy show that I used to listen to on the radio always said when somebody was gone, they're on assignment.
Nice.
And even if they were
doing a research.
if they were sick, whatever the reason was,
Yeah,
they were on assignment. So
nice. I know when we did the Inspector 34 episode and one of their members couldn't make it, we just kept on saying R.I.P. Ben throughout the episode because he was the one that was missing. So this was Dave's pick. It's Deltron 3030. So hopefully he can get back in here and tell us all that he loves about this album. I will tell you a little bit from working with him though. Like this is this has been on his regular rotation for a long time. Like I think I heard it from him and other coworkers at ACD when I worked there, and I think that was my first experience with it. But is this your guys' first time through this one?
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Trevor, yes. I know John.
Yeah, me too. But I really liked it. I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah.
yeah, first exposure to it definitely.
Okay.
But I think I looked at the Wikipedia page and there was use of it in Tony Hawk's Underground video game, College Hoops 2K8.
Okay.
And at least 3030 was. And then it
yeah.
was also the song 3030 used as a theme song on the short-lived CBS series Robbery Homicide Division.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's been
I'd
out
like to
there
make
for a
a
little
play.
bit.
Yeah. It is. I mean, I think it is one of those cult classics for an album, because it didn't get quite the attention that Del wanted, and it was a little overshadowed by his performance in the Gorillaz Clint Eastwood music video. Because
I would like to make a comment on that as well. One of the last songs that was on the album, I didn't know it from radio. I knew it because of a mutual guy that we all used to, or most of us, sorry, Jake, used to work with.
Well, I don't know.
He used
Maybe
to
I
play it all the time on his playlist. So.
Yeah. Ted had good taste in music. The clip that you heard at the beginning of the episode, we decided to do a cold open with that because it's just a great intro, He pretty succinctly sets the stage for what we're about to embark on.
It's a fun journey, guys.
It's a journey. It's a real, like, I don't fully understand what is happening, but I think I get it enough, you know? Yeah, he says it's the year 3030, and here at the corporate institutional bank of time, we find ourselves reflecting. So there's a bank of time, whatever that means. I'm assuming
that makes sense because time is made up.
Time is money.
Should I read the info from Wikipedia?
Oh, sure.
The album stories cast Del in the role of Deltron-Zero, a disillusioned mech soldier and interplanetary computer prodigy rebelling against the 31st century New World Order. In a world where evil oligarchs suppress both human rights and hip-hop, Del fights rap battles against a series of foes, becoming Galactic Rhyme Federation champion. During the events of the song Memory Loss, Deltron is captured by the New World Order and subsequently has his memories wiped, thus rendering his plight entirely pointless and ultimately forgotten.
What?
That sounds fairly similar to the Rush album we listened to.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of the Rush album.
Oh,
like
the first half.
First half. Yeah.
Well, you were reading right there. That actually, that's what I thought of at least.
Yeah. Well, that's we'll break it down though, track by track, how this journey occurs. Though it's a very weird and winding tale. It kind of, it reminds me of a little bit of Time by ELO.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, just in the themes, some robot stuff going on, some timey-wimey, stuff that's not fully explained, but you just have to accept.
Quality programs.
Yada through it.
Yeah. But you guys want to get into the first, the second track, first full track. There's a lot of kind of like the Prince Paul album. This has a lot of in between short, bits. So, I mean, just like a lot of hip hop albums. You guys know the deal. But yeah, this is track 2, and it is called 3030, the titular track.
Automator, order slayer, fascinating combination. Cyber warlords are activating abominations. Harmonation with hatred, we ain't with that. We high-tech archaeologists searching for knickknacks. Composing musical stem packs that impacts the soul. Crack the mold of what you think you rapping for.
Musical stem packs. I like that. I don't remember where even that line goes. I just like that he's using the term stim packs in this song in reference to like music.
It just made me thought of Fallout.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And I guess this is before I think the newer Fallout came out, but after the old, Fallout 1 and 2 or whatever.
Much older, because this is 2000.
Those are ancient. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this was 2000. So like Fallout came out like.
Yeah.
I don't know. 2009? Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still like 12 years.
Yeah, that's still a long time ago.
John, shut up. That's a video game, and that happened. John, shut up.
Shut up. I'm not old.
So anyways, talking about the album that happened like 20 years ago now.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, to put this in perspective, this is a year after A Prince Among Thieves and a year before Gorilla's first album. So that's like, for our rap landscape, that's where we are. And I think that there was a lot of creative stuff happening that I didn't know about.
Well, they were all clearly talking to each other. I mean, this is evidence. Like,
that's true.
Hey, you do something on mine, I'll do something on yours.
And, I mean, that's the thing that we kind of talked about in a few other episodes, though. I mean, like
the Danger Mouse, Danger Doom.
Yeah, Del the Funky Homosapien. He
R.I.P.
was featured in the Gorillaz, and then you had MF Doom, who Danger Doom helped produce the Gorillaz' Demon Days, and then also went on to make The Mask and the Mouse, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like, it goes to show you how much like they were kind of sharing ideas back and forth, and it's really, really fucking cool.
Yeah, I'd like to assume that they're like just sometimes just randomly in the studio with each other, and that's how some of these tracks come about. That's how I'd prefer to think that it happened.
And, like, I mean, that did happen all the time though in music. I mean, look at Under Pressure by Queen.
Yes, and David Bowie. Yeah,
literally,
David Bowie was just kind of there.
That's why it was never performed live. If you ever like are wondering why Under Pressure was never performed live, it's because like it was just a one-time kind of fluke where David Bowie was like, "Hey, I'm in the area. Hey, let's record. Hey, Queen, let's record a song." And Queen was like, "All right, David Bowie, let's record a song." And they recorded a song, and it was fucking gold right off the fucking top.
Yeah,
and that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's what's kind of funny about perspective, like on this one, is that like they you know, they're helping each other out because they're all starting, and then, you know, Delves goes on to be cool, but then, you know, the Gorillaz, you know.
Well,
wow.
yeah. Gorillaz are a different phenomenon. They're hip hop, but they're also like a different breed entirely.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree.
Which I didn't even realize I missed a whole album from like 2017-18 from the Gorillaz called Humans. Phenomenal album. Didn't even know about it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I re-listened to it
for a long
recently.
time.
Yeah,
didn't even know about it. Great album.
Yeah, I was at a point in my life where like it just I don't know, I just didn't need it, I guess. But listening back, it's pretty good.
And it was. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but I think that I think with the Gorillaz, there's just no way they'll ever be able to hit that plateau again necessarily. Like, they'll always be super famous, but like, I don't think we'll ever get as hyped maybe as like Plastic Beach.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, who knows? Maybe in a few years. I love
their new stuff, though. Their new stuff that's coming out is fantastic.
I agree. It's so good. But I mean, like, and I don't know, maybe in a few years when the whole nostalgia filter is kind of really at the strongest.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen with that.
See, because, like, Queen was huge again. Like, was
well, it's
big.
not even just Queen. I mean, look at, like, Aerosmith. Aerosmith used that nostalgia factor like every 10 years.
That is very true also,
to jumpstart themselves.
And fucking Bon Jovi and how he had a comeback in like the late 2000s. Late 2000s. But like,
what are they called? They did it too. Joshua Tree. U2 did it too.
U2.
Dude, John, you're gonna like this. They sample "And That Sang a Lot" by Christine McVie in this track.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I guess it's, who's to say, I mean, like, Del the Funky Homosapien, the Gorillaz might not have that whole nostalgia factor in a few years. I mean, like, they might be huge.
They could. I think they could.
They have the potential, I guess.
Yeah. But, I found that line, though. We high-tech archaeologists searching for knickknacks, composing musical stim packs that impacts the soul. Oh, man. It's, like, fun to say. So much alliteration. Oh, and then he talks about he used to be a mech soldier that didn't respect orders. So he, like, Deltron-Zero apparently used to be a mech soldier or the time-traveling cyborg.
In the album notes, he's labeled as two different characters.
Yeah, I know, but it's not in the lyrics here. So I think sometimes it's switching perspectives, but it's always saying Del the Funky Homosapien.
Right.
Or like, so whoever like posted this didn't like make it like a
clear enough.
But maybe it's not clear in the lyrics. You know what I mean? It could just be up to interpretation which character you think that is. Because there's like some songs where there's like one particular song is like very clear. I think that it's from the what is he, a time robot? It's time cyborg. I forgot what it said on the Wikipedia, but he's a time traveling robot of sorts.
Interplanetary computer prodigy.
Wait, no. Time traveling cyborg wizard. is what it says on the wiki.
Oh,
Yeah,
All right, then.
yeah.
how do
Further
I get
down
that
on the
title?
wiki. I don't know, man, but that's quite a title. So I don't know how they got these guys got hooked up in the first place, but like
well, this coming out in 99, 2000, they probably thought that the Y2K and everybody was infatuated with like that whole everything crashing and coming to a stop, and
that's true. Yeah. I remember the 2000, man.
Futurama making its debut on the pilot aired right before New Year's.
Quality program for robots.
Welcome, Dave.
Hello,
Dave. How's it going?
Better.
Welcome back, Dave.
Yep.
Hey, Dave, I didn't get to talk about this earlier, but your Goonies shirt, A1.
Nice.
Had it actually made from a friend. Got one for myself and one for my niece a few years back.
Oh, man.
A1.
Like I like how you're just like, you know what? I want that T-shirt. I'm gonna order like a couple of those T-shirts. I should do that more often. You know. But we're at track. We just finished track 2. We're still talking about 3030. So that's where we're at right now.
3030. John knows about that.
Oh, yeah. It's like extra 2020 vision or something.
Yes. Most definitely.
So
that's
Dave,
what 3030 means.
What's how did you come across this album originally, seeing as this is your pick for the podcast?
So, in a weird roundabout way, it was a year after it came out, and was actually heard. If You Must track by Dell, actually on Tony Hawk 3.
Okay. I think
I'm like, who is this? And I had a friend that was already into pretty much all of this. He's like, oh, this is Devil oh, God.
Yeah. Dell the Funky.
Dell the Funky.
Yeah.
And
the Homo Funky.
I was like, this is great. I was like, well, there's other stuff too. And so we started digging around, and like I heard this album, and this was kind of right at that point where I was really, really into like punk rock and just starting to like get out of that and discover other music. And this was just that bombshell. It was Dell, it was Deltron, it was Handsome Boy, it was everything on this album. It was Kid Carol. Purple Tunnel Syndrome, I believe, was one of his first LPs I had, and that was great. But it was just like another musical door that opened for me. I just ran right through it.
Yeah, it was a nice pocket of like hip hop, like that kind of, we were talking about how 99 had a Prince Among Thieves. This is 2000, and then 2001 you have Gorillaz' first album. So like, all really big ideas being like executed pretty well, 3 years in a row like that,
Oh yeah.
And only really the Gorillaz is the one that's that well known, because like we were saying a little bit earlier, like this one kind of got overshadowed by his appearance on Clint Eastwood, which is unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
I do love Gorillaz. A lot of stuff is great, but for some reason, like it's a shame that like that track. Just everyone's like, oh, Gorillaz, like there's so much other stuff that's just as good.
Yeah, I know. Like it should have been a gateway to.
I like this guy. What else has he done?
Yeah. No, it should have boosted it, but
I think it was fantastic.
I think it's because that music video was such a cultural phenomenon.
Well, there's so many people that are a one-play world too.
Yeah,
I get that. I've done it too,
Because I remember when
I didn't even know who Dell was besides the Gorillaz stuff too. That's how I got Trevor on this episode in the first place. I was like, Trevor knows who Dell is, and he actually knew what the album was.
Trevor likes Dell. Yeah.
I remember like when Blur came out, and remember hearing that album and a bunch of songs, and like a year or two goes by, and someone's like, "Oh, he's got something else." Like Blur. I'm like, "No, another band." I'm like, another band. And then,
so you heard it in between.
Was so different, again, so good at that time.
Oh, that's really cool. So you actually got to kind of see that play out in real time. Okay.
Just because I remember I was still in high school when that album by Blur and all those songs came out, and
I guess there was that one
popular.
really popular song that still played at like games and stuff.
Song 2 or song number 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Killer Mike too, because I mean, like he kind of technically started with Outkast, and then he moved on to where he was doing stuff with the Gorillaz.
Yeah.
Then he developed his own kind of independent career, and then he started finally Run the Jewels, which I mean that's kind of like, I don't know, not his final thing, but it's one of his projects that he started. He's developed over time, which is really dope.
Well, he's in that class of rappers that, like, I don't know, I know that I've said it a couple times on the podcast, but it always makes me think of like Adult Swim commercials and like the rap that I would hear from Adult Swim.
Well,
I don't know if that means that
coincidental.
I don't know if that means it's Atlanta, because Cartoon Network and all that is from Atlanta.
I could see that. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, so it could be that being represented there. But yeah, I just love this style of. And
that's
hip-hop.
so coincidental too, because I mean, you had MF Doom, who was doing stuff with the Gorillaz as well, who's like the tie between, and then you have the Mouse and the Mask.
Yeah.
And they did Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which was one of Adult Swim's biggest things. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of all ties together.
Wait, was Dell the one that did Aqua Teen Hunger Force theme?
No.
Sorry.
It's certainly
MF
similar
Doom.
stuff, though.
But like MF Doom was like with the Gorillaz around the same time, and like also was doing shit with Dan Arbach, which I mean, like around the same time as Del the Funky Homosapien. I mean, a few years later, but it's just
Brad. Brad. This
they kind of.
Yeah.
This all sounds like a great, fantabulous.
I mean,
I'm sorry. What was that? That fantabulous what now?
Yeah, Brad. This all sounds like a fantabulous rap extravaganza. All these rap identities that we're talking about.
I know. I think you're right. I think that it's occurring right now.
Be there for the rap battle. It's going to be interspectacular, fantabulous. It'll blow your socks off. It's one of those things where machine versus man, man versus woman versus your mother. Be there, intergalactic rap battle.
All right, and so if you can't recognize that voice, it's a voice from a recent episode that we did. That was Prince Paul again. Which is really funny because, like, it's, being a year after a Prince Among Thieves, like, the way that, the recording process goes, sometimes you don't know when certain parts are recorded. So it's funny to me that he's, like, he does this big, expansive thing, and then, like, Deltron, or Del the Funky Homosapien, turns around and does a similar thing with his album where he has, like, obviously all these people that he, like, respects.
I love how we discovered all this stuff, like, just dramatically. Like, it's not even like, it just kind of happened. Like, we didn't plan any of this.
A year before this, was it Dan and Paul were already working on Handsome Boy Modeling School, the first album.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know.
I think that was 99, so they're already together at this point.
Yeah. Okay. And is that Dan Albach? Is that what you said?
Dan the Automator.
Dan the Automator.
Actually,
that's right. Okay. That's the connection that I was missing. Yeah.
That is crazy. My boss actually just showed me that literally, I think, a week ago at my work. Like, I just started listening to them actually about a week ago.
Those two albums, How's a Girl and White People, I believe, those are both just fantastic.
Yeah.
If you like anything from these albums, you'll love both those tracks. And they have almost every track is like a guest star on them, or multiple guest stars.
Yeah. So much great production and, like, guest bits.
They're both fantastic.
Yeah. Like, this group is
highly
people,
recommend
listen
to those after this podcast.
Yes, absolutely.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Well done and put together.
And listen to Most Def or Yasin Bey.
Most
definitely.
Yeah.
Def is amazing.
Yeah. That's the only thing. Like, I feel like he'd be really good in this album, you know? But, you know, you can't be on every album.
You can't have everything, Brad.
Yeah.
It's not the way the world works.
No.
It's most
unless you're Disney.
But I like how I do like how this song like kind of whimsically establishes the kind of rules in this story, like you know, there is all like the time travel stuff and traveling through space and everything, but on top of all this, like I believe he's going planet to planet or place to place doing rap battles. Is that correct?
That's kind of the feel. He's definitely going from planet to planet. Rap battles is a good way of saying it. Good stage for it.
Yeah. But I think that this is how this universe operates. You know, like it seems like the rap battles become real battles.
Are you talking like Rick and Morty style, where you have to like rap to save your planet, or like
that's you know what?
Show me what you got.
Honestly, yeah, that's kind of what this is making me feel like. They like it's very loose with the. Well, I don't know if I'm just there's a lot of details to pick up for this album.
No, Brad, I think you're onto something. I wanted to clarify the point here to make sure everybody understood. That's
Yeah. But I just think it's great how they break up the album with these little tidbits that kind of help like flesh out the universe, like because it's like it's a very morose dystopian like future that he's like painting.
Dark, it's bleak.
Yeah, people are like feel like robots, like they're just a cog in the machine.
People are the bottom of the barrel. Machinery and production is the most important thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's
my life is a dark and dismal abyss.
Yeah,
We've become slaves to the very machines we created.
Exactly. Like that. Is that what happens in that Metropolis film? I haven't seen it in a while. I just know it looks really cool.
That's what happens in so many things, Brad.
It's a good movie.
Anyways,
it's a good film. Now that has been.
It is a film.
I love Metropolis. You guys want to get into the fourth track though? This one was more of a.
It's a thing I can do.
This is more of a just statement.
Is that a thing everyone can do?
Yeah, I think it's a thing you can do.
I can't do it.
My colony with third eye physiology. Millennium past apocalypse is all I spit. Make you swallow it, your weak style. I'll abolish it with nuclear rockets. They glue to your optics with sci-fi. Unsettling, man in metal blends. Underground, chilling with the mole man and his whole fam.
Just want to say, like, this whole album feels like Dell's just rapping through like a Popular Mechanics like magazine. Like it's just
right. Yeah.
I gotta add that thought, a similar thought as well.
Radioactive isotopes.
Yeah, there's so much. Like, let's see, third eye physiology. Like, I like this line: underground chilling with the mole man and his whole fam. It's just he's having so much fun. I
don't know, and I mean, I think that's probably what's the best part about like Del the Funky Homosapien and also MF Doom, R.I.P.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that's kind of like they made it fun, but nonetheless they made it relatable. Like it was just like overall they did a really great job.
Yeah. But yeah, I know what you mean, Dave. Like it's just chock full of just a lot of sci-fi wording.
It's not just like a little bit. I mean, it feels like it feels like you're there, this weird future where it's just all just computers and science, and there's just almost no human.
Yeah.
Just machine.
Well, we were talking earlier, like I'm not quite sure which tracks are from the perspective of the Automator, and which are from the perspective of Deltron-Zero. I I'd like to think that Deltron-Zero was the soldier they were talking about in the other track.
He is the soldier that's fighting, I believe.
Okay. And then it's the cyborg wizard robot time traveler thing as well.
There's
buddy.
I can't remember what track. I think it's Mastermind. It's basically
I think that's the
Del,
one. Yeah,
but singing like his praise towards Automator.
Okay.
Like he's the mastermind.
So do you think that Automator...
In the story, or just the album in general, or just being his producing? I don't know.
You think that Automator doesn't actually speak much in the lyrics?
He has some bits, but I mean, like there's that one track where it's like a praise towards him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the majority is... I mean, they do bring up the fact that it's introduce Deltron and Dan Automator. Like they're both there, but I think it's mostly like Deltron is the rapper, the soldier.
Yeah. He's probably... most of the lyrics are probably from his perspective.
He's the one that's being controlled.
He is the one.
Neo.
Brad, I want to know, I really like the clip that you picked because it really exemplifies the good rapping that Del's doing on this album. You know?
Oh, and I like how brutal
just
it
the
is.
solid flow he's got. You know?
Yeah, well, I like just. Oh, hold on. I gotta find this line. The way that he describes like destroying this dude is just disgusting. It's amazing. Wait, where is it? Oh yeah, that's right. With nuclear rockets, stay glued to your optics with sci-fi, unsettling man with man and metal blends. Hold on. Wait. You know what? I think I might be thinking of a different track, guys. I think there's a different track where he like eviscerates a dude. And
I do not think it's this guy.
No. I'm getting my stuff mixed up, guys. I apologize. But I just
excuse this moment of senility from Brad.
But yeah, I've just written sci-fi shit talk for my notes here. So
True.
A little vague. But they do mention rhyme histories though, which is interesting, I think, because of the fact that like there's time travel involved. So the idea that they're like maybe going back to different points in rap history is a thing. At least that's how I read some of the songs.
I would like to note that he is rejecting the Decepticons.
Yeah. And all his rhymes
rejects Decepticons.
And then he says all your rhyme histories combined couldn't violate the Prime Optimus operative.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Near and dear to the heart.
He's got the Decepticons and Optimus Prime, the same song. You got to.
Yeah, fuck Megatron.
You got to represent both. Well, he's a Decepticon, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
Optimus Prime is the one where it's
the Decepticons were quite deceptive.
Well, actually, he did mention in, I think, the second track, like, taking over a, like, mech suit and controlling it with his magical voice or something.
Magical powers.
So,
hell yeah.
Maybe he's rolling around in a hollowed out transformer or something.
Creepy.
Maybe it's Unicron he's floating around in.
Yeah, right. He's going from planet to planet, like on the hollowed out Unicron.
That's how I imagine Deltron 33rd, just a giant floating planet.
You know what? Hell yeah! Like that makes me want to rewatch the Transformers animated movie with this soundtrack. Like,
then re-listen to our episode about the Transformers movie soundtrack.
Yeah. We'll have to merge. We'll have to do a different one where this is the soundtrack instead, and how that changes the movie. Anyway, you guys want to get to the next track, Positive Contact? This is one that's a little more upbeat, poppier than some of the other ones. But here we go. Positive Contact.
Positive contact. Even if the record skips, I still grip. I rise like helium,
You're falling rapidly, trapped in apathy while I track your speed. I'm what you call a legend. Dominance with Armageddon gives me a warm reception.
I feel like this is where he kind of, what's the word? Fleshes out a little bit of the world that he's living in. You know?
Yeah.
Like, crashing spacecraft on bio-enhanced, Arrow, Advanced Series, Monstrous Evolution. I think that, let's see. Well, yeah, here we go. With clusters small, NTRs to empty Mars, many MCs cruise low Earth orbit, easier for me to use my search warrant. So, like, yeah, MCs are literally, like, cruising on the orbit of Earth, I'm assuming to find rap battles, right?
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Show me what you got.
I think this is a universe that communicates in rap battles, guys. But
they'd be sitting on high, looking down on us and being like,
"Well, in 3030, that's what you do."
Yeah, I mean, from now until 3030, it's just rap is just becomes the primary language.
There you go.
Yeah.
God damn it,
I think that
guys!
makes sense.
I don't have any flow.
You know what? I don't have much
you got
flow
some time
either.
To practice.
I think that it'll be more like our kids will adapt into it. You know what I mean?
But how are we going to relate to our kids though, Brad?
We're not.
We're just gonna have to
That's
try.
the thing.
How am I going to tell them to stay away from the drugs?
Hey, it's just like inches versus meters here, okay? Metric versus our system.
Yeah, but
I say teach all of our kids the metric system.
But I could tell
Let
you,
them join the rest of the world.
But John,
I want inches until I die.
But John,
let our kids learn that stuff.
I can tell you how many ounces are in a pound and how many grams make an ounce to make a pound. I can tell you all of that.
I can't tell you
rap about that.
Yeah, I mean for different reasons, but I mean I could tell you about all of that.
And then you could rap about it as well. Yeah. About your beakers and your Bunsen burners.
Yeah, my beakers and Bunsen.
I didn't hear him mention a Bunsen burner in this album, but he mentioned almost all other science things.
Beaker and Bunsen fucking honeydew.
Oh, excuse me. I do want to bring attention to one line because there is like a lot of like themes here. But there is like certain times where he kind of gets to, he's obviously talking about like personal stuff, like stuff about his real life. I think, and one of those moments is where he's like, I think he mentions several times about digging through ruins. And someone on Genius here has suggested that's like them like digging through like crates of
crate digging, looking for records.
Yeah, looking for records, looking for new beats.
Well, you know what I like about that is like the last part of the song. It's called Hook 3 Samples, and it's like positive contact. Wait a minute, positive contact, and then it's just like all these like different samples,
Oh yeah,
it kind of like proves the theory that they're over top, like listening in on what's going on,
And the turntable work is Kid Koala, by the way.
And it is some good,
most of the time
good turntable work. By the way.
Yeah, if you listen to a couple of his albums, like you can hear every scratch it sounds like him. It doesn't sound like If you know his work, you like that is him. That is Kid.
Yeah, I haven't really trained myself to like notice the scratches as much, but I'm trying to pay attention to them more.
Listen to that first album. What the hell was it? I had all my tabs up before they crashed. It's I think it's I'll go back into it, but definitely check that album out.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear like every time he does the cuts and stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's him.
Yeah. No, like I again, it's like something that like I want to know more about, but I'm still not. I don't know much about. But there's a lot of great scratching in this album, start to finish. Like I mean, it's definitely something that they focus on, like clearly. You know, it's not like in the background.
Purple Tunnel Syndrome is this album. Definitely check that one out.
Purple Tunnel Syndrome. Okay.
Carpal Tunnel Syndrome.
Carpal Tunnel Syndrome. Okay. Nice. And that's...
I have that.
Oh, you do?
It's really, really good.
No, I have carpal tunnel.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get a little bit of that every now and again. I think
everybody's gonna get it.
Yeah, probably. And then someone will evolve past it at some point. And
human evolution.
We will create new wrists for our mouses.
Or our nieces.
Probably, maybe by 30-30. I don't know. Maybe that's what he's dealing with at this point.
You know, Brad, I like to think about these things when I'm just kind of chilling, walking down old St. Catherine Street.
Oh, up in Canada? Okay. Oh, you've been to Montreal recently? Okay.
Not recently, but you know.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard about St. Catherine Street.
1, 2, 3, 4, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you into prosthetics? Yo, what's up? I got a leg, yo, I got a wheelchair. Check out my ribs, yo. I'm iced out crazy, son. Yo, check it out, yo. I'ma drop some knowledge on you, brother. A couple of things is going down out here you gotta watch out for. There's a lot of other cats that's gonna try to sell you out.
Oh, before I list who was on that track, there's a lot of people on that one small track, guys. I just wanted to point out one thing before we move on from the last one, and when they're talking about digging through like or ruins, and then they mention wrap your tear, clap your ear with soul sonic, mantronic phonics. They're referring to the group Soul Sonic, which is Africa Bambaata's backing group for the Soul Sonic Force, and then Mantronic, which is the last name of a German-born musician that the Automator was really into. So basically, they're referencing both of the people that they were personally influenced by. So little Easter egg. But this track we just listened to has a surprising amount of guest voices in it. It's we have I don't know any of these people, by the way, personally from what I've listened to, but we have Beans, Mr. Liff, P. Wingerter, Peanut Butter Wolf. Oh, Peanut Butter Wolf.
Yeah.
And Verna Brown. So I'm not familiar with them, and but I'm assuming they're important because they're on here. Did you guys recognize a few of those names?
No.
Peanut Butter Wolf.
Yeah. Okay.
Great names.
They're great names. They're good names. I don't. Yeah. My hip hop knowledge is not vast enough, but I'm assuming that they're important. They're important fucking dudes. It's a very Prince Paul kind of track, Just throw a lot of names in one track. It doesn't really matter,
There's a lot of stuff getting said in this like 15, 30 seconds,
Yeah, Peanut Butter Wolf, I believe, started, was it Stone Throw Records? Which was a lot of Madlib, MF Doom, Mad Villain, J Dilla, a lot of that stuff.
Okay. Right. I like that, that's one of the best things about rap music in general is just like the amount of collaboration and getting in and out of each other's things, which is like they used to happen more in rock music, but it's not really.
It's really, unfortunately, it's more of like a rebel thing when it starts, like you kind of know who's at the bottom. You're seeing them too. You're hanging out with them. You're listening to them. They're listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of become the top, and then it's the whole trial.
Well, now since there's been the pandemic, there's been that 2 minutes to late night stuff where like you do see like a few one person from a band and one person from another band just getting together for a random cover. So that's really cool. I think that needs to happen more often.
And there's some really cool ones going on right now with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're always putting out more just epic, metal covers of classic rock songs. But you guys want to move on to the next track?
And I want that virus.
Yeah. Like the last one, there's a lot of stuff there.
Not this virus.
It's like a transitional thing. It's a table setting. So we're gonna get into the virus.
Crush your corporations with a mild touch. Trash the whole computer system and revert you to papyrus. I wanna make a super virus strong enough to cause blackouts in every single metropolis. Cause they don't wanna unify us, so fuck it. Total anarchy and can't nobody stop us. You see,
and I want a virus that brings dire straits to my environment.
Dude, like the way he's saying it, like it makes me want the virus too.
Oh, this is not like the virus. Like this ain't the COVID-19 virus. This is a virus that wipes out technology and puts us back to square.
It was so hard to separate that from in my mind when I was listening to the beginning part. I'm like, oh man,
this is a super virus.
You're talking about a lot of stuff that's hitting home right now. Because he says, I want to devise a virus to bring dire straits to your environment. That's the yeah.
I was about to say when we listened to this on the listen through, I was like, oh, this is really like about what we're dealing with, and then I was like, oh no, wait, this is about technology. He's talking about wiping out technology to screw over the system.
Yeah, and like bringing it back to like a Stone Age type deal or something. It's pretty brutal.
Die by the stone, live by the stone.
No, I like the way he's like I
like the way he's thinking.
Loose on this. I'm assuming this is the he's living in this dystopian wasteland or whatever. He probably has every reason to want to just shut it all down.
Absolutely.
But yeah, total anarchy.
I think on this album I really liked this song, but the record scratching he was doing on this song.
Oh yeah, it was really good in this track.
He did a really good job.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess I don't know if it was him personally, but
it was Kid Koala. Yeah. On this one. I think all the record scratches on this album are Kid Koala.
They're all kids, and they're all good.
Did a phenomenal job.
So good.
Yep.
And we cannot forget before we move on the Star Trek references.
Yes, I was going to mention
Please,
that.
let's.
There's a clip from not
Battlestar Galactica.
Wait, are you sure it's from Battlestar? Because it says on Genius Star Trek: The Robot Masters.
Oh well, I have. We're on.
Oh shit!
Virus.
No, this was on Positive Contact. Yeah.
Oh, Positive Contact. Okay.
Oh.
There was a clip from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
But this one's got one from like we were saying, Star Trek, but it's from an audiobook Star Trek thing. So it's none of us would have probably heard it, but apparently they did. So yeah, I thought that was fun.
Well, it's a really good track too. It's talking about like really good lyrics, dude. Talking about like expanding the empire. And
it looks like there's some like actual comic book panels for this thing. So I don't know. Maybe I'll post a link to this Star Trek: The Robot Masters in the description. But it looks somewhere along the vein of the Star Trek animated series. So
Lower Decks.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe it was around the same time.
Oh, different one.
Wait, what?
Lower Decks is like a current one.
I haven't seen that yet. Is that any good?
I haven't either.
Okay.
Heard about it. I don't know.
I like the cast, but
yeah.
Oh, he mentions Y2K in this one. I want to develop a super virus better by far than that old Y2K.
Well, and that's touching on John's technology thing.
Yeah. Well, because Earth has become a repugnant place, so it's time to spread fear to thunder some? What is that? I don't know what he's saying there.
Joke's on them. Earth's already a repugnant place.
Yeah, he didn't need
I
to
love
wait.
how he keeps
30.
bringing up. He wants to bring us back to papyrus. You know, that's really like.
Yeah, he has fun with
that. Really is Stone Age feeling.
He really has fun with that word, dude. Like he, trash your whole computer system and convert it to papyrus. I want to devise a virus.
Going back to
world.
What's up, Dave?
Just the opposite of their futuristic world.
Yeah. So I assume this has got to be then before he's like time traveled, right? Like, because I'm assuming if he wants to do this virus thing, he's still in the future, the dystopia.
Oh, yeah, in the future, because that's what has to happen.
Yeah. So, I wonder what's going to happen then in this next track 8. We got Upgrade.
Your screen, my renders are splendor 360, reflecting quickly, increase your disk speed so you can upgrade your gray matter, cause one day it may matter. My production model is the stuff that boggle minds. You got a log on time of exactly 36 nano.
Okay, I think this is the one that I thought was from the perspective of the time-traveling cyborg wizard. Just because it seems, it feels very robotic start to finish, and like the weird sounds that he's got going on. And there's a robot voice in the background.
So you mean Cable then, right?
I mean what?
Cable from Marvel Universe.
Well.
Oh, you're talking about the.
But he's not a wizard
Deadpool.
though. I don't think he's a wizard. But he's most of those things.
He's a time traveler.
He's pretty close to a wizard.
He's a mutant, Trevor.
But I mean,
you know that.
He's a cyborg mutant.
I'm assuming this wizard though has got like a staff or a cap, or something.
Well, I mean, okay, but back in the day, he would have been considered a witch, and he would have.
Nah, he's not wrong. Trevor's not semantics. Trevor.
He's a wizard. He's a
semantics.
This is a different space wizard. I think it's from his perspective because I think it's a more robotic version than Cable.
Understood.
I think
understood
because there's robotic sounds going behind the vocals throughout. It's like doubling what he's saying, but in robot voice, and the idea that he's saying update your gray matter in that way.
Because one day it may matter.
One day it may matter. I think that the cyborg is preparing Deltron-Zero for time travel, maybe.
I thought you were going to say Skynet.
Well, I mean, Skynet was like hundreds of years in the past at this point. So
no Skynet.
Almost a century in the past at this point.
There's also the other line coming from the outer regions of the universe, Deltron-Zero and Automator. Check it.
Huh.
So sounds like they're probably already there.
Oh, so you think that this is as they're entering the?
It could be.
Okay. Yeah. I think that you could be right there. Yeah. Let's see. Brain chemically contorted with no coordinates. I like sometimes where they talk about like traveling through space, like they're, having troubles. Like he says, sensitivity ain't the energy, brain chemically contorted with no coordinates to your ordinance. So sometimes it seems like they're kind of just like bopping around the universe, like aimlessly here and there,
Just battle the battle.
Yeah.
I love how this song is called a Bremere College course because it's almost like this is supposed to be a lesson somehow.
That's true. Yeah, it is. That's why I think it's the cyborg, By the way, Bryn Mawr College is a college from PA, Pennsylvania, And it's the alma mater of Verona, a character in Sinclair Lewis's Babbitt. So, and that character was apparently, anti-establishment? Wanted to fuck up the system or something.
At Amor College, we get you prepared for the 31st century.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that's how they prepare. But I don't know.
Robot voice and Dell.
Mm-hmm. That is definitely. I would agree with you on that one, Brad. That's definitely probably when it's like both of them talking.
Yeah.
Or like him talking with the robot.
Yeah. Maybe they feel like they'll get better results with the rap battles in the past or something. I don't know. But I like that he's doing it.
Well, the past is always what developed the future. That's how we always look at it.
That's yes, chain of causality and whatnot. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we have we're gonna do 3 more tracks, then we'll take a break.
Great man.
Our next track is New Coke. It's another one of those shorter tracks.
Gotta move closer to the equator. When are they gonna start showing those Mr. T reruns? I used to love that guy. Remember how you used to watch Mr. T wrestling? Your Coca-Cola doesn't taste the same as it used to.
Remember when a bowl of soup was a nickel?
This was a really
it's a great track.
So this is maybe where they're landing in the past, right? I don't know. He's talking about Mr. T reruns. So maybe this is.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely talking about the '80s somewhere here. I mean,
it's like a reversal of the time, ELO time.
They could be discussing New Coke.
Yeah.
That failed miserably and then went back to just Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Gross.
All that bass is gonna break my ears.
Yeah, New Coke was with the fructose corn syrup, right?
I don't know what it was. It was fucking
because it was regular sugar, then fructose corn syrup, and now everyone's all about that Mexican Coke now, which is real sugar again.
Ooh, it's cane sugar.
Cane sugar, yes.
Yeah.
Well,
no, there's something different with New Coke.
New Coke was the unofficial name of the reformulation of Coca-Cola introduced in April of 1985. So I know I have never had New Coke, but I remember everybody saying how bad it was.
Okay, so it was just a complete different formulation of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It was pretty much as if they took Pepsi and put it in a Coke bottle. That's the equivalent.
Ugh.
Right?
Yeah.
Gross.
Pepsi's Pepsi, Coke's Coke. Like they do their shit, and
they're supposed to do their own thing.
Yeah.
Can we not forget about Crystal Coke?
Oh, of course.
Oh, how about Crystal Pepsi?
Crystal Pepsi.
Oh, it was Crystal Pepsi. Yep.
Yeah, I think it was Pepsi. Yeah,
I remember that stuff.
Yeah.
It was still gross because they brought it back. That's the only way I know that, and it was terrible.
I didn't know they even brought it back.
They brought it back.
And it was awful.
2007, 2006 or some shit. I don't know.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they re-released things like the 3D Doritos, are back. Those were.
I heard that.
I remember those too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't nostalgia great, guys?
First batch one.
Weren't they basically what are the
there was a puffy corn chip.
What are the ones that were like the
Bugles?
The Cyclones.
Bugles.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's basically just like Doritos Bugles.
Yeah, they were Bugles.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Man, whoever invented Bugles though was a real mastermind.
Genius.
Mastermind, yeah.
Mastermind is what I was going to say.
God bless him.
But
here's Mastermind.
Let's not forget about Funyuns.
Futuristic looping with the quickness.
I ain't a whole man.
Producing hydrogen fusion liquids. Keep your distance.
Lots of unique samples in this one, including the Greek progressive rock band Aphrodite's Child.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
Okay.
If you ever knew that was a thing, a Greek progressive rock band.
I did not.
Didn't know of any Greek. I don't know of any bands that are Greek.
Well, I mean,
I'm American. I listen to American bands.
There was band with a face,
mostly,
and yeah.
The other band with a face too.
Band with a face.
The other guy with a face.
Wait.
I was a big fan of Band with a Face.
It was called Band with a Face. The band.
No, Brad, it's a joke.
It definitely was Band with a Face.
Oh, okay. So, you guys are messing with my brain.
No,
Yes.
Band with a Face is messing with your brain.
Call it bowl of soup.
I'm calling you a bowl of soup.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Johnny Olivo. Looks like to be a Latin vocalist on that one, as well as Daley Wilson Big Band, an Australian jazz group.
Wow.
So all parts of the world on this one.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
They actually also sampled a track from Handsome Boy Modeling School featuring Del the Funky Homosapien, magnetizing.
Oh, really? Okay.
So just bringing them all right back together.
Wow. I gotta say, this is like one of my favorite rap intros of all time. Like the intro of this album, like the first minute and a half, 2 minutes of this song are just beautiful production. Just so much stuff going on. So many, just the way he adds every element to it. Like it's got a wall of sound.
The trio of those three were fantastic together.
Yeah. It's
there's definitely some magic happening here. Yes.
Yeah. This is there's definitely a few moments on this album where the production really, really shines. Because I mean, it's Dan the Automator. He's legendary. He knows what he's doing. But yeah, it's funny though that it's got people from all over the world, because it's got that bit in the song where he's like, what was it? Oh yeah, hey, I know now, repeat, Automator's on the planet Earth and he's going to stop the war of the worlds. Deltron-Zero is here to click together for real. So it's it's interesting that he's uniting all of these factions for the song itself in a the real world sense, and then he's talking about stopping this war of the worlds shit too. This is like you were saying earlier. He's talking up the Automator as much as he possibly can in this song. This is just all positive affirmations to Dan. But yeah, he deserves it. He deserves this song. But yeah, what do you guys think of this track? This is a pretty popular.
It's a
track
really
for this
solid track.
Yeah. Definitely.
No, I'm really with you. It's really throwing respect up as well to Dan the Automator.
Yeah. Yeah. Who fuses the music with no illusions, produces the blueprints clueless. Just yeah.
I mean, Automator's on the planet Earth. He's going to stop the war of the worlds.
If I was a producer, this is the last song I would need to feel good about myself forever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I would ride so high on this for so long. But yeah.
Yeah, on every resume. See, this is who I am.
This is me.
This is me.
This is who I am.
Collaborate with time-consuming or reprogramming.
What's up?
Time consuming with reprogramming, Brett.
Oh, is that what he says in here?
Collaborate with time consuming reprogram.
Oh, yeah.
I apply the flow cannon. The combo is salamin.
Dude.
That's what we're talking about here, Brad.
Hell yeah. You're talking about psionically, bionically, forget how you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about neural surgeons to the purest virgin conducting currents, musical Merlin,
exactly.
shining like
right
Sterling. These lyrics are just fun. These are just fun to read, guys. I would recommend opening up Deltron 3030 song and just sing along with it. Just speak along with it. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's like a Shel Silverstein bit. But yeah, huge song. I think a lot of people know about it. It's probably one of the more better known tracks. As far as the plot of the concept, I don't think it really moves it forward too much. It's more just like, can we just take a moment to focus on how awesome the Automator is? You know?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. We good? All right. We can continue on now. I just need everyone to admit right now that my producer is the best producer. As he goes on to continue his rap battles around the universe. But so we'll listen to one little snippet before we go on our break. This is National Movie Review, and it has that's right. This is the one that has Brad Roberts, the lead singer and guitarist of the Canadian band Crash Test Dummies. Yeah.
All right.
Entitled Strange Brew, it chronicles the heroic adventures of two latter-day Renaissance men, or, to use the correct 20th century terminology, hosers. We give it 3 thumbs up.
That's such a great movie.
I haven't actually seen it, but it has Rick Moranis, and it looks really crazy.
Oh no, it's a great movie.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
Yeah. That looks like
it's about the Great White North, don't you know?
Was it Doug McKenna?
I don't know.
No, wasn't Eugene Levy?
I think it's Rick Moranis and Doug McKenna.
I didn't recognize the second name.
I think he's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was like at his peak. That was when he was like peak Rick Moranis. But yeah, I had to look it up though.
Great stuff.
There's a lot of references.
Look up SCTV, people.
There's at least
that's good stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of good guys came out of that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so far I think 2 references to Canada. As far as this guy is from Canada, and then Kid Koala is Canadian too. Okay, is Deltron Canadian? I don't think he's Canadian, but he seems to. Maybe they recorded this. You know what? I'm asking questions out loud that I could find on the Wikipedia page, but yeah. I just like to notice when there's a lot of Canadian efforts happening.
The Canucks.
The Canucks. Is that a term for Canadians?
No, that's what isn't it their hockey team, the Canucks?
Oh, do they have
they have that too.
Okay. I thought this was just like a term for Canadians that I wasn't aware of.
People watch Strange Brew. That's the point of this track.
What's up?
So people watch Strange Brew.
It kind of is a term for the Canadians.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's just good Canadians, Sure. I'm not worried about it.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Come down here with their Canadian tuxedos?
Yeah. It's I don't know.
Introduce socialism to us?
Oh no!
Right, a Canadian tuxedo is 100% denim. It's
all denim. Yeah.
All denim.
Yes,
denim all day.
Yes, they're warm.
Shirt, coat.
Yeah. But yeah, this track doesn't really say too much. It's just a fun little it's like someone from the future talking about the past in a silly way. Yeah, like this is what I think you get on like maybe 2200 television or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Wait, maybe he's like... Do you guys think he's actually traveling to the past, or he's like traveling to the past in like a computational way, like in a like simulation? Because they did say something about the time like library or some shit. There's a lot going on in this album, guys.
That's true. There's a lot going on.
I'm having a lot of trouble putting together the pieces. I'll be honest. But there does seem to be, like, I remember in the beginning of the album, they talked about some time, like, entity that was, like, you know, had a time cabinet. I'll recheck my notes and we'll check back when we get back from the break. But, yeah, we have 10 more tracks left. There's a 21-track album. I don't know if we mentioned. But, yeah, we're gonna rip right through it, and we'll be right back on the Album Concept Hour. Welcome back to the Album Concept Hour. I am your host, Brad LeBaron, as always. Our co-host, Jake the Snake, had to leave. He's got to prepare for some classes in the morning. But if you would be so kind, check out the link in the description and check out his podcast, Under the Covers, podcast and radio show, Under the Covers with Jake the Snake Foster. And you can learn all about the cool covers that different classic rockers do.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we have John, we have Dave, we have Trevor. We're all here. We're doing Deltron 3030. And there's we have track 12, which
we have track 12. It is time to play with it.
There's only one thing that can mean, and that is
Okay, this has got to be seriously our best callback ever.
Yeah, I think that that was probably my favorite track so far. Was the Madness track right there that we heard
so many times.
But let's just hear, we'll just hear the side B of that, just so we get a little context,
Mm-hmm.
It grew strong and energy got its own will, and people think they make music still. When music is there without you or me, we just manipulate for better or worse. So let it situate. I get to make records and dough, paid out the asshole, and still seen as another face on the totem pole.
Dude, fucking Madness, bro.
And all the little, like, all of Kid Coelho's scratches, like, I can send you that look for that song really, and I can just hear those, like little horns, little honks, like, just everything he does.
Yeah.
Just fits in there so well.
There's a lot going on. Like I said, like, now that I'm listening to that more, like, it's a whole other, like, layer of texture to these songs. You know? Yeah, while we were on the break, Dave showed me Kid Koala Fender Bender, which I definitely recommend you check out. It has two characters that he's kind of making talk to each other through his, like, effects.
Scratches.
Scratches and effects he's using. It's really, really cool. But we're at this next part of the story here, which is I don't know what is necessarily going on here. We got let's see. His rhyming shield deflects puny. I think he's in a rap battle maybe in this one.
And that line supposedly is from an older track from Dell as well.
Oh, really?
That they just, I believe, sampled that line from one of his older tracks. And they threw it in here, and
that's pretty cool.
I'll say, goddamn, it fit.
Yeah. Nice callback to his previous stuff. Yeah. No, he's at this point he's let's see, smoking herb and rocking a turban, meditating on the world and what's occurring. And he does make he makes a dig at a lot of white boys like the style and copy, dig in deeper and you'll peep that we're not free. kind of like talking about how, like time after time, music is usurped.
I think they call that cultural appropriation.
I believe that is correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Sublime, but that is still white people heroin reggae.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Yes.
Yeah. It's,
I love Sublime.
No, I know.
Their
I know what you
music
mean.
stylings.
I know what you mean, man. But it's like,
but
it's almost
there's
like
a big old but.
It's almost like a stage you have to go through, like
kinda
as a white
what's
boy.
the other one? 311 Amber.
Right. Yeah.
And like you know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Anyways, I like how the beginning, the intro of this song really again supports the whole theory that we have that everyone in the future is doing rap battles and such, because it even says right here, in the year 3030, everybody wants to be an MC, everybody wants to be a DJ, a producer, everybody wants to tell you the meaning of the music,
Yeah.
Right there, you have Dan, you have Del, and you have Kid.
Mm-hmm.
MC,
Boom.
DJ, producer.
And they be telling you their meaning of the music.
Damn. Yeah, you're right. Like they're and I think that he's also kind of in a tongue-in-cheek way talking about maybe the music industry of the present too, because like this is also like they're like the 2000s. I remember there being a lot of money made in the rap game. You know what I mean? Like it was when
it was the hype man.
The bigger
Master
labels.
P, you have No Limit. You have every album was bedazzled with fucking diamonds and jewels.
Yeah.
Yo, I had no idea how much Master P was supposedly worth back in the day. Like on paper, Master P had a lot of money. On paper. Supposedly Master P was worth like a fucking $1 billion.
Yeah. A lot of So I mean, there's a lot of people flocking to it. I mean, it was always something that like people could escape to as a like genre. But like, this was definitely when it was like, rap is here, it's making money, it's here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but that also means for someone like Deltron that there's more, there's more fish in the sea to fight. There's more, there's more competition
the media has become more saturated.
Yeah, much like podcasting.
I mean, obviously not like this one. This one is fresh, and nobody's thought of an idea like this.
Always fresh.
The media has become very saturated.
But this is fresh. Who's thought of an idea as great as this?
Yeah.
I gotta call Michael Jackson. I got a great idea for a video.
I got a concept for a podcast about concepts, guys.
Yeah, who's thought of that?
No one.
Exactly.
It's a completely original thought.
We're on this. We're on this like flies on steak.
Like flies on steak.
White on rice.
Like white on rice.
So at that time, like 98, 99, 2000, like through work, I remember I had a lot of coworkers that were big into like the No Limit and all. Yeah. That sort of grouping of like rap and for a long time, for like a few years, like rap is, like I don't want to say like it sucked, but like I didn't like it. Yeah. It was one of those things like any genre, and you just dig around and you find stuff, and like there's always something good, no matter what genre it is. There's always good stuff.
True.
You just have to,
no matter what the genre or time period.
Just look around and dig a little deeper and like see what's going on. But like I said, when I discovered this in 2001, like all these like pretty much everyone on this album. Yeah. Like it blew my mind, like how, like what people were doing at the time, and it changed my mind completely. I'm like, there's some.
Yeah, no matter how you look at it
right now.
No matter how you look at it, this album is really going in a completely different direction than anyone else was doing.
I think at the time it made it even better for me.
Well, I did read in the Wikipedia page that this is kind of also a callback to Afrofuturist stuff that would be like in Sun Ra and George Clinton stuff, where it's kind of a space ethereal plane that they play with in their storytelling. That obviously in this version like revolves around MCs battling each other in the universe too, which is cool. It's a very old school kind of idea, but repackaged in such a wall of sound kind of way, But yeah, I think that this is a little commentary on what he's dealing with right now. Like this maybe foreshadows a little bit of like, because like knowing what we know about his musical path and how he kind of got foreshadowed by the Gorillaz music video. This is the line that I chose in the clip. I do like this other line. An energy got its own will, and people think they make music still. But music is there without you or me. We just manipulate. I love that idea that like...
Well, it's kind of true. I mean, like the music is there. The flow will always be there.
Yeah.
It's just who's gonna pull it out and make it their own,
Yeah. But furthermore though, like after that beautiful part, he's like, for better or worse, so let it situate. I get to make records and dough, paid out the asshole, and still seen as another face on the totem pole. So I think that's kind of a tongue-in-cheek way of saying like, even with all this work and energy he's put into it, he's just another like face on the landscape.
Oh yeah, to the recording company, you're just another name.
Yeah.
And you are making money right now.
Yeah.
So hey, here's money for you.
Yeah.
I mean, again, on the whole Master P aspect and Suge Knight aspect, I mean, they didn't care who the fuck you were as long as you were making them money.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's about that cheddar.
It was almost like a corporation, like you're just a number, like I don't know who you are, but you're doing good right now, so we're gonna keep you on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
there's definitely
that's
a lot of anti-corporate stuff here. Like he's clearly, he's mentioned a couple times in the lyrics that we haven't pointed out. Like he's like wants to take down the new dystopian corporations and make people into robots, basically. But before we get on to more of that, we're going to take a detour to meet Cleophas Randolph, the patriarch.
The more ticklish, the more you have. Sitting on the curb of what used to be the burbs, and before that was Canarsie. I'm a disturbed and bitter herb like salt water and parsley. Mites crawl up, tights fall down. That's my mnemonic for stalactite / stalagmite. You may have this maglite, it survived the apocalypse.
Again, another rapper I got into back in the same time too, Paul Barnum.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Paul was fantastic.
Okay. I was curious about it because, like, the note in Genius was, like, one of L.A. Weekly's top whitest musicians of all time. He was number 14 on their list. So, was that his shtick? Was, like, rapping in a corny way?
I remember from the first few albums, EPs, I believe it was like just like a Jewish rapper, and like he brought a lot of like those lines.
He's the reason we have Lil Dicky. All right,
not the exact reason.
He may be a predecessor to Lil Dicky.
He's a predecessor.
I mean, don't forget, Weird Al was still number one.
Well, I was gonna say, but it does sound like almost a parody of rap from just this small section. Is that something that it kind of felt like for his full-length stuff?
His first EP was produced by Prince Paul.
Oh,
I believe he got brought up in that album as well.
Prince Paul.
Everything comes full circle in this podcast.
There's a great line. I can't remember what track, but there's a line about he's with a girl and she took her top off and her bra was 2 yarmulkes. And he said, what the hell was the line? I said, that's hella great.
That's fucking rad.
That's great. Yeah, that's great, guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out now, though. I thought that maybe he was just someone that Dell knew or something. I didn't know he had a bigger past.
because before my computer crashed, I had all these tabs up about like different albums and artists, and I went through everyone, and I had Paul Barman as one of them. And which I forgot about it, so as soon as it came up, I had a quick search. But yeah, it's again, if you're looking for something a little like just fun, corny, I would definitely say look him up.
Yeah,
he's got a couple of really good albums. That's fantastic. I mean,
I like his weird flow.
Nothing too deep, but they're good. They're worth a good laugh.
Yeah, they're fun.
Again,
they're a fun listen. Yeah. I'll definitely have to check some of that out. He seems like he's having fun. But it's he's kind of just a rambling guy from the future that's kind of like bragging about his what is it that he's got? He's got this mag light that survived the apocalypse. And
I keep my dreadlocks in a napkin ring. I wrap.
Cheers for mag lights, people.
Yeah, I love this character. I want if this were like a show, I'd want more of this character in general. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a great addition. Doesn't really necessarily add to the story like a lot of these shorter ones. You know, it just more fleshes out the universe. I think
they had him. They're trying like, where can we put him? Like, what can we do?
Yeah,
they're like, we want him out here somewhere.
We gotta have him somewhere. So let's just call him this weird Randolph the Patriarch guy. Like, I don't even know where the Patriarch thing comes in really, because he doesn't really get into that in his small part here. But you guys want to get into the next track though? It is Time Keeps On Slipping, and not the
Keeps On Slipping.
Not the
Lenny Kravitz
not
song?
the Seal song. Is that Lenny Kravitz or Seal?
No, that's Steve Miller Band.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Was the original.
Seal did a cover as well.
Yep.
Yeah. The Seal one is my version, but
didn't Lenny?
That was in Space Jam.
Yes.
Yeah, but also didn't Lenny Kravitz also do a cover as well?
Probably.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Lenny Kravitz has covered everything.
I don't know, but I believe you. Here's Time.
Anyways.
Mathematical astro, grapple flow, pterodactyl, very factual crash course, last resort, cast me off, at last we warp to my own world, my own neurological cubby hole, open the air shaft.
Okay, so he's getting back to his home world, I guess. I don't know what that is exactly, but does that mean like he's going back to his time period?
We also talked that Damien was also on this track.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
This is partially written by Damon Albarn from the Gorillaz. And you can probably tell in the clip that we chose. It's got a little bit of the harmonica going, you know, and his 2D voice.
I like the little harmonica you get in there too. Very, very much reminiscent.
So I wonder if this was really the first that people heard of Damon Albarn being different. You know,
I bet it was,
because this is a year before the first album comes out and before Clint Eastwood. So
probably like the first time you're really hearing him as in this tone almost.
Yeah. So this is almost like 2D's first song.
It's pretty close.
You know?
It's not 2D, but it's very close.
It's very, it's what we would.
You can almost hear him go. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah, because at first I was thinking the harmonica thing was overplayed, but then I remembered like, oh wait a minute, this is before that album.
Before it was overplayed.
Yeah, because it was used a lot in their first album. He used the harmonica quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really cool like throwback. Like this could really fit in a Gorillaz album. I mean, not to downplay Del and the Automator's stuff, but they were on the really similar wavelength. So
well, I really like verse 2 here. Like I remake my universe every time I use a verse to fulfill my destiny. MCs rest in peace. Side barriers provide care within. from impurities, every word will seize your attention. That's just.
It kind of makes me think
he's shaping the world around him either way.
Well, it kind of makes me think that maybe he's traveling through dimensions too. Like
we're also into the MCU stuff right now.
I know. I don't want to necessarily
too much cross
push it in, but I just think that it's possible when he's saying he's going back to his home world, he's going back to his home reality. But this next track, well, I guess it says time keeps us on slipping, so maybe he's time traveling back to his world. Anyway, this next track is The News, and it says a wholly owned subsidiary of Microsoft Inc.
Við höfum miklar áhyggjur af því að Armageddon sé kannski ótrúlega nálægt og fólk ætti að leita sér skjóls. Við veitum ekki alveg hvað að gera í málinu, en þessar skrýtnu verur eru farin að haga sér hans undarlega. Þessar aliens eru farin að virkilega gera fólk hrætt.
Now, the ELO fan in me wants to say that this is like a small reference to Here Is the News on the album Time, because the album Time has that song Here's the News, and there's a couple random radio clips throughout the song, and this one's just called The News, and
they just try to make late breaking news. This is what's happening.
Yeah, but I in Time they talk about IBM. They refer to IBM a few times in Time, and then this they're saying subsidiary of Microsoft Inc. So I don't know. I almost feel like because since that's a concept album that is so involved in time travel, I wonder if Deltron is aware of that album. But that's a stretch. It is a stretch.
Probably.
But when I saw The News was a title of one of the tracks, I was like, wait a minute, the song Here Is the News? Because I love that ELO album. Listen to the ELO Time track or album, concept hour episode that we did. I think it was the second episode,
Volume
right?
1?
Yeah. Yes. Season 1.
Volume 1?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's episode 1.
What?
Episode 2.
Wait, Dave, what are you asking me?
No, wasn't it just the first? Wasn't that the first episode we did?
Yes, but it was the second. The first one we just went over desert island stuff.
Oh,
but it was the first album we covered. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's necessarily about it. It's a French clip of a French film.
Icelandic.
It says Icelandic.
Oh, it is Icelandic.
It says Icelandic.
Okay, never mind.
It sounds like Bjork.
Oh, it's probably Bjork. Yeah. Oh, actually, it's this guy.
She's talking about the
everything is music,
and they're coming together.
Wait, did you see that movie, Dave?
God!
I saw the skit.
The movie with Bjork with her finding music and everything.
Oh well, there was a.
What was it?
Well, there's a
Silent Dancer or something
talking about music and.
Anyway, there's a really depressing movie with Bjork.
Well, there's a depressing movie, yes.
Yeah. Really, really messed up.
But he used part of that, I think, in the SNL skit where they had...
Yeah, it was a Jeopardy skit.
Oh, yeah. But
and she was Bjork, and...
Who played her, though?
Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder.
It was Winona Ryder.
Wow.
And she talked like a piece. And she talked about the music.
And most of those lines that were lifted from that were put pennies, or from one of the live concerts. I put pennies in the oven to see what they make, and the boom, boom, boom.
I love when Bjork married Space Ghost on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. There was that episode where Bjork was his wife. Classic Space Ghost Coast to Coast episode. Just one of the best.
You got another little callback.
That was so good.
Okay, people. Let's
all right.
move on to the remix.
Yeah. We got the remix for Turbulence. So, here we go, guys.
I envision turbulence and murder since it's an everyday occurrence. They only teach high tech and private portables that float above commoners as soon as bombing first. Advanced safety features from contact with creatures who either slave their lives away in outdated factories or maybe bounty hunters.
This track is so good right now. Like in our current climate, it's great.
Yeah. Like, I feel like this really gets to what he's saying about like becoming cogs in the machine.
Yeah.
And it really fleshes out like the future that he's living in more so than most of the tracks here. But yeah, the remix, Mark Bell was the one that remixed it. What are you gonna say?
Just lines like they changed the constitution for your red, white, and blue friends, and then brainwash you with propaganda without fearless leader. I mean,
oh my god,
this entire track is
it's very good.
It feels like it was written just a few months or a year ago. Like it's
very relevant.
With brainwashing, with propaganda about the fearless leader who got 200 bodyguards, so you can't touch him either.
Yep.
Even if you break into the Capitol.
Yeah. You're right, man. This is really hitting home.
Lobbyists can't get near shit. Everybody's spirits are under control.
Yeah.
Elitist defeatists that live by the beaches.
Yeah. And
like
I feel
Cancun?
I feel like this is Yep. But I feel like this is one of the most like cinematic tracks for the production. Like it's a very big sound. Like you feel like you're in like this scene, you know?
Yeah, it's very the big opus almost. Like it's a very grand.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like almost like a 1984 situation we got going on here, but in the
no president.
Future.
We have a ruler.
Huh.
Boom.
No president, just a ruler. And then I like this. With blood red eyes, saliva drips for opponents. Scratch your ID chip off because everybody own it. Like everyone has an ID chip. This is a very 2000 song too. I think you're right, Dave. There is some like response here to like the Y2K and 2000 stuff, which I didn't actually consider before, but
and the current political climate of the time and everything else.
Yeah. That was right before we got W. Right before a lot of things. Right before a lot of things happened in the U.S. But yeah, this next track though, we get back to Prince Paul. We gotta check back at this intergalactic rap battle that's going on in this album.
Yes, most definitely.
So obviously they'd make a sequel to that track. So here is the return of Prince Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, check out the rap battle of the century, the intergalactic rap battle, battle of all battles. Don't forget man versus machine, machine versus computer, computer versus woman, woman versus child. Be there, be square. Make sure you see the intergalactic rap battle 3030.
Just the greatest announcer of all time, I think. He's just every time he does anything in an
sounds great on the radio too.
Yeah, he's got that voice, and he has so much fun with his like radio voice, you know. Yeah, he's just good for cameos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean it's a continuation of the last one, you know. He's saying mostly the same stuff, but I think he adds on the woman versus child bit. I think that's different this time. I think last time it was like woman versus something else.
It's very much a rap play on the Sunday. You know?
Yeah, right.
Come listen to this stuff. Man, we got the rap battle of the century.
Yeah,
and just talking about the rap battles and like the people versing. All I can think about is or pops in my head every time is from a Beastie Boys track.
Oh yeah.
Route Down, where the lines were every morning I took the train to the high street station, doing homework on a train. What a fucked up situation on the way back up here in battle tapes through the underground, underneath the skyscrapers, like the like the Harlem World battles of the Zulu Beat Show. It's Cool, Mo D, and Busy B. Those are the ones you should know.
Oh,
it just reminds me of like again, like they're talking about just these great rap battles, like everything that's going on. Like you have to hear this. You gotta hear this.
Yeah. This is maybe this is like when people are starting to get nostalgic for like the original like rap, you know?
Yeah.
Because that was like, you know, what, mid '80s when like hip hop rap proper came about. Or was it?
Like,
no, wait.
Late '70s, early '80s.
Yeah,
like
you're right.
Some of those first ones, and then really started breaking in.
Yeah,
it got stronger in the late '80s, though.
Technically, the first rap group was what? Kool and the Gang.
The first like popularized, the first one that became like a single or whatever. Yeah.
Well, like the first technical rap R&B single was Rapper's Delight.
Yeah.
It was like
because like
79.
Yeah, because Sugar Hill Gang, not Kool and the Gang.
Oh, I forgot about the Sugar Hill Gang. Yeah.
They started getting the like Grandmaster and started getting Africa Bambaataa, where they started going away from just the turntables, where they went for like also the MC and the DJ, and those were like something those early original ones.
Yeah, and that stuff was happening like in like party settings, you know, before,
or just in the park.
Before Rapper's Delight came out, like, because you know they were taking off of something that they were seeing.
Yep, and at that time it was like very fast because it was going around like 1 week someone was on top, and the next week, and everyone was constantly building off each other.
Yeah. And I think this next track is like the kind of
culmination of it.
Yeah,
you know?
pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I think he's been doing other rap battles throughout this album, but this seems to be like the rap
culmination.
Battle. Yeah. So this is called Battle Song.
Took out the sound, man, I'm taking a pounding. I bust out an acapella, that's astounding. Project a unibeam through his spleen. Pulled out my X-ray cannons to disintegrate the phantom. It's not finite cell structure ruptured. It's forming again, a bust up into clusters. Shadowy masses spread.
I love the stuff in the background of that one. You can hear like, I don't know, it's like a rubber belt like scrubbing against something or whatever, but there's a lot of there's that, and then there's like the phaser thing that's going off in the background of what he's saying. A lot of extra flair going on in the background of this. But yeah, it's a rap battle, like and I don't know. I feel like these rap battles end in someone dying. Like, I think they're actual battles. You know what I mean? That's at least my take on looking at some of the lyrics.
No, like it again, it's really feeding into like, you know, that this is how things are done now. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, nobody died there.
Yeah. Wait, what? What do you mean?
Tory Lanez. Is
that the new song? Didn't they have a new song that came out recently?
Nope. So Tory Lanez is. I don't know if this has anything to do with it. He's like 5'5", so he's a short man. He's a short individual.
Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion is coming in at like 5'11", damn near 6 foot.
Pretty tall for a lady, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a story of how Tory Lanez decided to shoot at Megan Thee Stallion.
In
a shootout situation. Okay. Now he says he shot at her feet and blah 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 blah, but there was still technically a full-blown shootout, and I mean, she didn't technically die, so.
Yeah. It's usually in bad taste to shoot at someone. You know what I mean?
Just a little bit.
It's amazing how far we've come.
Yeah. Megan Thee Stallion's fucking killing it lately, though. Like, she's
I mean, good for her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She is on her spree. Yes.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, I like this. Hold on. I might have to just read most of this verse. There's just so many good lines where he's just eviscerating dude. Let's see. Next stop, Pluto, to rock these new flows. Atmosphere, methane, be strategic like chess game. Leave this MC with chest pains. I had to battle a shadow in his black life form. He dazzled me, adding 3 points to his score. Engulfed my microphone with darkness and added 3 more. The panel started to roar. And then, oh yeah, this is the part where it gets fun. I had to find the core of his power. He stretched his text, causing me to black out. It took my dad out. I couldn't back out. It took out the sound, man, I'm taking a pounding. I bust out a cappella, that's astounding. Project a unibeam through his spleen. Pulled out my X-ray cannons to disintegrate the phantom. It's not finite cell structure ruptured. His form will get all bust up in clusters. Shadowy masses spread the greater darkness of outer space. Now I'm placed first amongst artists. I don't usually read the whole thing, but there's just so much
good lines.
There's so many good lines in that. He's using that techno babble or whatever from like that he's been using throughout the album. That's just superb, like sci-fi, like shit. I don't know. He's just good, man. It's just a good album.
Yeah. No, this is very solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love when we get these natural clusters that just kind of happen.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Kind of fits in.
We just kind of like know what's going on because we've been like covering this like era, you know?
Yeah. Man, a couple years from now, like we'll just have all this like information to mine from, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We gonna start a school, boys.
Yes. School of concepts.
There we go. It'd be like the School of Rock, only we're the School of Concepts.
School of hard concepts. I do like that they mentioned that there's this place they're going, Cilicia, which is like a colony of Earth. So there's Earth colonies too.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, that's right. Someone else attacks him, and he has plasteel armor. And the dude tried to absorb the talents that he worked so hard for by shooting him or whatever, I guess.
And
squeezed out his brain like juice, like a python.
Yeah, that's right. Like he tried. Yeah. So he tried to battle him. You know, this is I think a second battle in this song, and dude didn't survive very long.
Homie wasn't feeling it.
No.
Homie was not feeling it.
Got his brain squeezed out. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. I definitely recommend listening to this one and checking out the lyrics if you're listening at home. Just in general, like this album has a lot of really cool lyrics, so a lot of stuff to pay attention to. Yeah, you guys want to get on to the next track, though? We have, I think, 3 tracks left.
Is it time to get lovey-dovey?
Yep.
Lovey-dovey, Brad?
Yeah, well, I guess for this album, this is a love story.
And how I dodge manhunts and security cameras, avoided apprehension in subatomic dimensions. And even more impressive because of what we live in, a self-contained environment. I suggest I'm just a minor threat. I see a thing of beauty flying, standing by a desk, paid him my respect. I was too scared.
Oh, man. I love the inflection that he makes on his voice in this clip that I chose. Like, I mean, a lot of times he like has a pretty similar, you know, I'm not saying his flow gets stale, but like, you know, he's got like a zone that he kind of stays in that works for him. But I felt like this verse, he's kind of like getting a little loose with it. He's kind of like saying stuff a little differently than sometimes he normally does. But yeah, very real jazzy kind of tune. He's feeling himself. He won the rap battles. He's got a 10 grand in the Galactic from the Rhyme Federation Championship. So he's gonna burn some herb, get back to Earth.
Good.
Yeah.
He is talking about some memories here, though. You know, he's talking about the past tense, the virtual junkies burned out and lost, Vorovets still trapped in the old Holocaust. You know?
Oh yeah. Like I like that he throws that in. Like there's like the idea that people are literally reliving like those things in virtual reality. You know, there's also a fun reference to Total Recall here. He mentions where is it? The three booty cheeks.
Yes. That is my favorite line in this album. That's my favorite verse in this album.
Which is clearly a reference to the three boobs lady in Total Recall. You know what I mean? But instead of that, three booty cheeks. Just, you know, nice chef's kiss on this
baby, you look real fine. You're behind. You got three booty cheeks. Oh, that's kind of unique for this planet. Oh, what you say? We got a hot spot over your place. Oh, I got some sandwiches need to be eaten.
That's you know what? Okay, that's okay. Is that a pickup line? I got a few sandwiches that need to be eaten.
That's totally a pickup line.
Like I don't.
Baby, what you talking about? Let's go.
I got a few sandwiches.
You and me, we going places. We going far. We going to Maldives, Paris.
I got some cold soup at home. We need to consume it. You know, like I don't. Yeah, I don't know. So
I'm telling you, that's a pickup line.
It's just not usually.
I don't know if it worked. It didn't have to work.
No, it's just not one that I've heard. I'm not familiar with this one, but.
Hey, we're done with this COVID.
I'd try it.
John, go try it out.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, I can't try it out now, but I'm saying
so when COVID's all done, try it out. Let us know how it works.
Yeah. Try it out on your. Well, he's got a lady friend. He can just text. You can just text her right now. See what.
Yeah. See, that's why I said I don't need to try it out now.
Just tell us how it goes. Anyways. Tell us if it's you know, worthy of this love story here.
Yes. Great last verse.
I want to say that the love story he's talking about though is like kind of just the rap music and rap game, you know, that he's referring back to sometimes in this album. Because there's not like a lady. I mean, there is a lady, but like I don't know. It seems like more of an afterthought to the whole album. You know?
I mean. No, that's a good point, though. I mean, I definitely. Not.
Well, I mean, he could just be feeling himself. You know?
That's true.
Maybe he stopped over like on his way back to Earth. He stopped over on like what was that love-making planet in Star Trek where Jack the Ripper was residing in people's bodies, and then Scotty kills that hooker. Anyway, it's the original series. You'll have to look it up. I don't think.
All right, that's a hell of a story. All right.
If you haven't killed a hooker in your past, have you really been living?
Listen, it did happen. I promise you, this is a Star Trek episode. Scotty kills a hooker, and he. But listen, he didn't. He was possessed by Jack the Ripper, who is voiced by the guy that voiced Piglet.
All right, Brad.
It's the most batshit crazy Star Trek episode that has ever been made.
Guess what, Brad? I've also seen a movie where Sinbad plays a genie in it called Shazam.
Lies. Is that the Mandela effect you're talking about? Or the Shazam effect?
Shaq? Is that the Shaq movie?
The Shaq Shazam.
The Shaq movie is Kazam.
The Shaq Shazam Magenta effect.
Shazam is the Sinbad movie. Sinbad plays a genie in the movie called Kazam.
All right.
Right.
I get those mixed up all the time.
Yeah.
It's okay. Shazam.
Okay.
The 90s was a real wild time, guys.
It was fucking crazy, yo.
Okay, what's the next song?
I don't remember. Well, ironically, it's called Memory Loss. So.
Oh my God! This is the song.
Here's Memory Loss.
Yeah.
had to be. Right on.
People have the memory lost. They trying to get over. People have the memory lost.
Yeah.
I love that you got that part in there because, like, that's the part that made me remember that I knew this song. The whole album, I was like, "Oh, this is really cool."
Yeah.
I know this song.
Yeah.
Wait, John, how do you know this song?
How do I know this song? Well, because I used to work a lot with old Ted Spearschneider at
Mr.
Falmouth.
Ted.
And that mother used to play that song all the time.
Dirty Red.
Right on his playlist.
Yeah.
I used to make dough to that song. Pound!
Good old Dirty Red.
Dirty Red Ted getting that bread.
But yeah, it's unfortunate though. Like this is apparently like he, I think at the end of the album he supposedly like loses his memory and goes back to kind of back to square one. I think that's what Jake.
Yeah, it is kind of ironic that it brings some of us back.
Yeah,
but this song's really.
Oh, do you know who that was singing, John?
No, I do not, actually.
Sean Lennon.
No way.
Yeah, dude. Yep. And I like that he's like really encouraging him through that part. He's like, "Come on, Lennon," and then like Lennon says, "City's burning up overhead," and he says one of my favorite lines, "Flame on, baby," like just as like a call and response. Flame on, baby. Yeah. Everyone knows Flame On.
Everybody knows Flame On.
Yeah. But like I think that this song is like got a double meaning again. Like this is also about people kind of having like a goldfish memory when it comes to the music and the stuff that they're putting out. And the charts and the flavor of the day and all that. Yeah, I think that's what this song is getting at. But it also fits with like the theme of the album. Like I said, there's not.
Oh yeah, it's really going into like it seems like he's going backwards a little bit. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
He's starting over again.
Yeah,
that's okay with you. That's okay with me. I'm not here to judge the way you be. I got my own complication with the government shoeless rations.
Yeah. I feel like there's not really a straight line with this story. There's not. It's like there's a lot of stuff that's happening within this universe, but I don't know if it's meant to be thought of as like a this is happening track to track necessarily. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this track?
It's a nice cap off to the album, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It's got some like nice real world shit in there. It's not just like
it's almost like a reincarnation story. You get to the top, and then you got to start over again.
Yeah. Well, we might as well just get to the final track then. This is the Ass Man 640 Speaks.
Bring on the Ass Man.
Institutional bank of time. We find ourselves reflecting, finding out that in fact we came back.
We were always coming back.
Yep, that's Damon Albarn again. And if you're confused about the title, apparently there's a device called the Assmann 640, I'm assuming is how it's pronounced. It's a German dictation device that was from the earlier 1900s, and that's what this track was recorded on, apparently. So they're having a little fun with the name of the device. The Assmann 640 Speaks. It's a little jarring for the last track. Like, wait, who's the Ass Man? I don't remember there being an Ass Man in this album. You know,
maybe he'll make an appearance in the next Deltron 3030 album.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. What was it? Project 2 was it that called? Or they did do another Event 2 was the other one. Yeah. But yeah, I think that the corporate institutional bank of time. I think maybe that's where he's done all of his traveling, is this corporate institutional bank of time. Like, maybe it's something where it's like at the end of time and like you can kind of just go back to wherever you want and have fun. I don't know. I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really sure the mechanics of this universe. I enjoy this album a lot. I love everything that it talks about. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell you like start to finish what happened. You know?
Yeah. It's pretty complicated. It's a whole mess.
Yeah.
But it was a fun mess to cover.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
I remember last year I messaged you by, I want to do this album. We should do this album. Like, it's on my list because it popped up randomly. I completely kind of forgot about it. It just popped. One of the songs popped up on my a Spotify playlist. I'm like Deltron. I clicked on it. I play the full album. I forgot how good this was. I think I listened to 2 or 3 times that one day. I'm like, we need to do this album.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good placement though, because it's after a lot of things that we can tie into it. So that's always great, especially when we're doing one of the more obscure ones that we can like tie in like 4 other podcasts we've done about less obscure ones.
Yeah, I think as we're moving forward, we'll probably see Prince Paul in the background of things.
We've been doing that too.
It seems like
I love that.
There's certain people that I think as we go on, we've been seeing. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right.
I don't have a good bell or glass, but I had to use my Wu-Tang glass tonight.
Yeah. Do you want to do a quick what are we drinking and then roll out of here?
We can.
Yeah.
What are we? We'll do. So it's like a what are we doing everything here?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We're doing it again, guys. We're gonna.
All right. So what are you listening to? What are you drinking?
Yeah, we're gonna combine them all in.
This is the end. This is the shebang, fellas.
Yeah. Since we got a lot of tracks, we're just gonna roll it all together, guys. So
let's do it.
All right, so Dave, what are you drinking tonight?
3 Sheeps. They're
okay.
The blend 2021. It's 20% imperial stout in sherry barrels, 24 in rum, 24% in brandy, and 24 in bourbon barrels blended together.
Oh my god,
that's
so much.
There's a lot happening, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And as far as music goes, I don't know. Going back through a lot of old stuff from my past, so a lot of Leatherface. I did send you a link to one of their tracks, Win Some, Lose Some, based on the conversation. And again, a quick YouTube series that came out maybe 10 years ago. I think it was on Fuse, but it's on. You can find them all on YouTube, called Crate Diggers, and it's a lot of producers and other artists that basically their story about getting into records and their favorite records and like how they got into like where they were at. And it's a fun little series. They're all like 9-15-minute videos, but I'll bring it up because Dan the Automator has one on here and it's pretty solid, so check it out.
Fuse was like the place to get the really, really cool music stuff back in the 2000s kind of area. What about you, Trevor? We'll go to you next. What are you listening to? What are you drinking? What are you plugging?
Well, I've been drinking some of that Dead Bird Brewing Company. Earlier, I plowed through it, but I was drinking some of that Dom Good beer. Yeah. And that was pretty solid. Then I switched over to some Miller High Life and also had some Bullet Bourbon, which was pretty solid.
Okay.
Had that over ice, and it was pretty solid.
Nice. Was the rye or was it the rye?
That was the rye.
Yeah, rye is good.
Yeah, tight.
That was pretty solid. And then I have been currently listening to some more of that Saeed, the Cowboy Bebop album, which was pretty solid.
Yeah. That's
I've been a big fan of that recently, and yeah.
Such a great album. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might do the Fooly Cooley one soonish. I feel like there's someone I'm booking that wants to do that one. But yeah. Love me some Fooly Cooley. What about you, John? What are you drinking, jamming on, plugging?
Well, I've been sipping on some vodka and A&W root beer.
All right.
Especially when you're poor.
Yeah. A&W, nice and creamy.
Otherwise, I've just been listening to a little Weird Al, keeping things funny, keeping things light.
Cool. Good pick.
Nice.
Always listening to some Tom Petty on my 90s radio and such. Listen to that stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, on Hulu, they just did a documentary for Free Britney because she is in a real cruddy situation. And watch the documentary. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Free Britney. All right.
There's a lot of shit going on around about that, but I've been hearing a lot about that.
It's a whole lot of poop, man. It's a whole
been
lot
going
of poop.
on since what, like
you pointed out to me like half of it, which is really good for like when you're watching the documentary.
Well, yeah.
Because like no, literally
crazy.
One of the guys is like sitting there and he's just like, yeah, I mean, like she never told me like to go. Like one of the guys that used to like picture her all the time. She never told me to go away. What about when she told you to go away? Well, she didn't mean to go away forever. She just meant go away for the team.
Yeah, I mean,
what?
Yeah, I mean, anyone our age knows, that Britney's had a real messed up.
Britney's had a real hard experience.
Yeah.
She just wants control of her life again.
Just leave Britney alone. Leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
Sorry, what, Dave?
Just leave her alone.
She just wants to control, get away from her father.
Yeah.
No, it's frankly weird.
Yeah. Watch the documentary, people, please.
Watch it, guys.
How many times does that happen, though, to, like, Disney stars? I mean, look at Lindsay Lohan and shit like that. I mean, like...
Or any, like, young child actor or actress or anything in that manner, right?
Yeah, and their parents.
I mean, it's...
Culkin, like, his family, like, just... screwed him over and like
well shit who was the one, wasn't it holy shit even Stevens Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
didn't he have to sue his family so he could get his own money from all the shows that he did from Even Stevens?
Probably
it's a real shitty situation.
Yeah, dude, like those child stars, I honestly feel bad for them.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes sense. I had no idea he was even on that because I never watched, but now I've seen a few pictures like, holy shit, that was Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's what we grew up with, man. That's the Shia LaBeouf that we grew up with.
Yeah. I just remember he was in the Transformers movie. That's all I remember.
Yeah. He was in iRobot before that. I know that was that iRobot was his big like breakout like adult role, like I'm an adult now role, Anyway, Shia LaBeouf.
Also, at the end of this episode, I'll just do a quick RIP to Prince Marky D and the Fat Boys who passed away as well today.
Oh, really? Oh, damn.
For the homies.
Yeah.
Anyways, Brad, so what have you been listening to and drinking?
I have been, I'll go with drinking first. I've been drinking this Reel It In IPA by Fox River Brewing Company from Oshkosh. And I've also been drinking this, the Copper Can Moscow Mule.
I keep seeing those.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's nice. It's a nice mix of everything. Yeah. Reminds me of being at the bar for real.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I have my Wu-Tang glass like you do, Dave. Same one, I think.
Wu-Tang ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yep. Oh, you have the round one.
I did the sifter tonight for the beer, but yes, I did I love the rocks glass too.
Yeah. It's great for liquor. So I've been drinking that. As far as what I've been listening to, it's of course the Desert Island Discord playlist. Go to our Discord in the description down below, and come and tell us what you're favorite desert island 5 would be, like what 5 you would need to survive on a desert island, and we will add it to our playlist on YouTube and Spotify.
Has yours ever changed at all, Brad, since we started doing this a year and a half or so ago?
My what?
Has your Desert Island 5 changed? Has the album moved into yours at all?
I gave the same one in the Discord as I put on the episode. Some people have, some guests have put a different one on the Discord, but we're going with what's on the Discord itself for that list.
I mean, everything else. I mean,
Dave, actually,
anything ever snuck in? Has anything disthroned your top 5 yet?
Well, there's a lot of really interesting stuff on there. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I'd never heard before.
The Prince all cracked my top 10.
Your personal, has anything ever knocked any of your 5 off yet?
Oh, I never actually thought about that.
Has something came along yet?
Like, I don't know, man. I have to think about it.
That's a great thing to think about for next episode.
That's a good, yeah. No, I'd have to really reevaluate and look at what my 5 were, and then see which, But I'm sure that as time goes by, like, one moves out of the way and another takes.
Next time you're on, Dave, we'll talk about this again.
Have you changed then?
We'll talk about this with everybody.
I got one already.
We'll see what's up.
I'll save it.
We'll release this to all the members and semi-members.
Yeah.
Featured players.
We'll have our next Desert Island set.
That'll be the next discussion. Dun, dun, dun.
The next desert island that we shimmy over to after we're at the first one. We see another one.
All new 5 albums.
Hey, that island's pretty close. We could probably make it there. So yeah, we got the Desert Island playlist. Please check it out, guys. Please come to the Discord. Tell us about the music you like, and we can all share the music that we all like.
We can all shimmy it up.
And for plugs, I'm gonna plug the Album Concept Hour Side B tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Central. We are going to be doing a live recording. I forget
How'd
what
the Boston
album
one
is.
go?
That was fun, dude. That was rock solid classic rock. So we're continuing the Sufjan Stevens 50 States project, and we want to see you there in the Twitch stream. That's twitch.tv/The Album Concept Hour. And it's tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Central. So, that's all I got to plug. And
good night, folks.
Thank you for joining us for Deltron 3030. And
it was a long experience, but thanks for sticking with us.
We will see you next time for a different episode. Thanks for listening. The Album Concept Hour is Brad LeBaron, Dave Gallagher, John Aker, and Jake Foster. Special thanks to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard for the theme music. Please like us on Facebook or friend us on Twitter or MySpace and let us know what concept album you would like to hear on the podcast. See you on Side B. This is Flyover State Park. You are clear to land.